Okay, just two more questions, Tom. Scores 14-13, fifth game, championship match. You've got a jump server, top spin jump server. He missed his serve last time around. Other team calls a timeout. What do you tell that kid, if anything, in the huddle?
Depends what our personnel is, and it depends if that was the only serve he missed.
Right.
You know, if he missed his previous 2 or 3. It depends who's blocking. It depends who's hitting for them. Maybe they're in a rotation that is just, hey, just get it in. Right. I like our chances, because even if they get it over, we're going to dig it in transition or whatever. So there's a lot of variables. So the timeout, I think, would actually help us to kind of say, hey, here's probably what they're going to do, and they're going to run this, and just.
But you would talk to them.
Oh, absolutely.
I know a lot of coaches kind of have that, I don't know, that jinx effect where they don't want to talk to them, and I'm the same way. And basically what I'm telling them is, we take those things into account, but 90% of the time it's give us a chance to play volleyball.
Absolutely.
Give me a chance to block, dig, give them a chance to screw up.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, believe me, I know that Marv Dunphy, the Pepperdine men's coach, who's phenomenal, anytime it was late in the game, he jump floated.
Right.
He had jump servers, you're now jump floating, and they would, stuff.
Right.
And I saw them win matches just jump floating and giving his team a chance to make plays, and they did.
Right.
And I see other schools that would go back there and miss, and they lose those close games.
Right.
So
I agree. Finally, Tom, thanks for your time, and I'd like to give you a minute or two to talk about, and I went through it. I went to Saddleback Junior College. I was recruited to play volleyball at a number of schools, offered scholarships, and I chose to play football at a junior college.
Yeah, I think it worked out well. Didn't you win a national championship?
Yeah, we did okay.
Yeah, you did okay.
But, I know there are a lot of kids out there right now who maybe aren't getting recruited, maybe getting the peer pressure to attend certain schools, maybe walk on. Talk about briefly the advantages of attending a junior college.
I think people feel if they pay for club volleyball, their kid's going to get a scholarship, and it's hard to get offered a scholarship. I use our daughter as an example. She's a pretty good player. She was offered 2 scholarships, and we were fortunate. It worked out great, but she was only offered 2. A lot of people say, well, I'm going to walk on this and that. Well, as parents, we couldn't afford that. It worked out great for us, and she ended up, I think, doing better than coaches thought she would do. But that's something different. The junior college route is for the kid that, like you said, maybe gets overlooked for whatever reason, and they get a chance to play. And I'm a firm believer in whatever level it is, if you get a chance to play, you're going to get better. So, example I'll use is 2007. Sean Grubbs, Newport Harbor Libero stud, Ted Slaughter, Cornell Mar kid, Marcus Fernandez from Santa Margarita. We had Brian Simmons, another kid from El Dorado, or Valencia High School. We had Peter Johnson from Foothill. We had these kids that were good players, but for whatever reason, under the radar. They come here, they play, they all mesh together really well. Rory Jones also from Huntington. And so they do great. They win the state championship. Grubbs leaves after 1 year, goes to Pepperdine, starts for them for 3. Ted Slaughter gets to UCLA and gets a UCLA degree, played volleyball. Brian Simmons goes to UCI after 1 year, wins a national championship there. He came off the bench and played great in their 09 finals. Peter Johnson goes to UCSD after winning 2 state titles here. And what they did was they saved their parents some bucks. They got to play. There are good coaches in all the community colleges in the area, and you get better by playing, and you get re-recruited. Right. And so instead of having 1 or 2 walk-on offers, now you've got 25, 50 people say, hey, this kid's pretty good, this kid's pretty good. And so you get re-recruited, and that's the big advantage there, is saving a couple of bucks, and you mature a lot in that first year or 2, and what a kid wanted to do out of high school realizes he wants something else. And we see that all the time, and that formula has worked well for many of our kids, but we also tell them, more so on the women's side, look, you're going to have to put a lot more time in at the next level. If you're not not willing to do that, don't play. Because it's a lot more than what you've had here. And they're like, let's go to school.
Right, right.
So we also let them know that it's a lot different at the next level. Guys and girls. And it's hard in men, unfortunately, because there's so few schools and they move on. But Grubbs played and Ted played and Peter didn't get to play a whole lot of UCSD, but they did get to those schools and they're getting degrees.
Right.
And that's what matters.
That's what matters. Another thing that sold me was just one sentence. My JC football coach said, Lance, you're not coming here instead of going to a university. You're coming here on the way to your choice of universities.
Yes.
And that solidified it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not an alternative. It's a stepping stone. It's a place to get your academics in order. You get used to the college way where there's no role being taken. You got to get up and get yourself to class. And I know Tom here's done a great job at Irvine Valley. And Tom, I want to thank you for your time.
No, hey, my pleasure.
And you'll be hearing more from Tom later down the line on VolleyballNOW.net. And thanks a lot, and come back and join us soon. Bye-bye. Thanks, Tom.
No, hey, my pleasure, man. That was awesome.
All right.
That was awesome. Anything...